Hi, my name is Muenz Chen. I'm a trance channel, a channeling teacher. I have a school called Open Heart School where I teach introduction to channeling workshops and ongoing classes. I'm also an interfaith minister, a core energetics therapist. I'm a hands-on healer trained at the Barbara Brennan School of Healing, and I'm a somatic experiencing practitioner. Somatic experiencing helps people move trauma through their physical bodies so the trauma leaves. Today I'm going to talk briefly to you about psychic abilities, and you can learn more about them. I have a number of chapters in my book called Channeling the Heart and the Art. You can read more about them and have exercises both without guides and with spirit guides in my book. And that book, Channeling the Heart and the Art, is available on my website and also at Amazon. And I'll put my website on the screen at the end of my talk to you today. So, now, psychic abilities are the interface that we have between us and the spirit world. Whatever psychic abilities we have most developed, it's how the spirit realm, the other dimensions, will give us information. There are two tracks that are always going on in life for us. The first track is on Earth. We're hearing music we're playing, we're tasting the food we're eating, we're on the computer looking at things. That's the first track. The second track is energy and us sensing energy. So it's people passing by us, we feel their energy field, or we can feel their energy field if we have that sense developed. We're seeing auras, energy fields. We can hear from the spirit realm. So that's the second track. Now, if you want to develop your psychic abilities, it's very important that you try to tune into that second track as much as you can. It's like learning a different language. The more you do it, the better you get at it. Now, I'm going to give you an example of something you could do. Just in life, you could sense a tree. Now, how you sense a tree is to stand in front of it, so you always get in line with your focal point. You get grounded, you connect to the earth, and you breathe. It's very important that you have energy in order to sense whatever your focal point is. There's an active part to sensing and a passive part. Both of them are very important. The first part is, with your intention in your mind, you intend to connect to the tree. What happens energetically when you do that is your energy field goes out like a peninsula, and then your intentions touch the tree, so you touch in on the tree. That's the active part of sensing something psychically. And then the passive part is allowing the information and the energy to come back to you from the tree. Now, whatever you have developed psychically inside of you is how the information is going to come back. Maybe you'll see something in your mind, that's subjective clairvoyance. Maybe you'll feel something in your body as a physical sensation, clairsentience, or maybe you'll feel something emotionally, clairempathy. So let me give you an example again about the tree. So you reach out, active, allow it to come back, relax and receive, and then, let's say for instance, you feel very grounded. All of a sudden you feel kind of more steady and solid in the ground. And you're feeling the roots kind of like your feet chakra are growing down into the earth. So you're clairsentiently feeling the tree. Physical sensations, energy as it translates into physical sensations, clairsentience. Clairempathy, you touch in on the tree, it comes back to you, and you feel very open in your chest, and you feel happy. So you are feeling the happiness of the tree. That's clairempathy, embodied emotions in your body, not a thought, but in your body, feeling happiness of the tree. That's clairempathy. Another clair is clairvoyance. Now, I break down clairvoyance in my book, Channeling the Heart and the Art. I break it down into two different types of clairvoyance, subjective and objective. Subjective is where you see things in your mind screen, on your mind screen, or on your eyelids, the back of your eyelids. And it's how most people see clairvoyantly. And so clairvoyance translates information from the spirit realm into images on your mind screen. Objective clairvoyance is where you see things and you see like it's mimicking your eyesight, your physical eyesight. So you see a person, a physical person, and you see a spirit being as very similar to you. Objective clairvoyance. We have to be healthy in order to sense things accurately. So if you're sick, don't try to sense things psychically because it's not going to be so great. Now, another clair is clairaudience. Clairaudience is where we here on the earth plane connect to and speak to, in a nonverbal way, speak to other dimensions, other beings in other dimensions. And it can come through subjectively or objectively. Like clairvoyance, it has those two parts. So clairaudience, subjective clairaudience, is where you hear spirits from other dimensions, or you hear sounds from other dimensions, like you hear in your mind's voice. So when you're reading to yourself or talking to yourself in the day, and that voice in your mind is talking, that's the kind of voice that you hear spirit from, how you hear spirit. And objective clairaudience is like, again, mimicking your physical hearing. So a common example of objective clairaudience is where you hear your name called out and there's nobody around. You hear it plain as day and you look around and there's no human beings around you. And that's objective clairaudience. Now, the difference between clairaudience and telepathy, clairaudience is where you talk, physical person here on this plane talks to a spirit being in another dimension. Telepathy is where you talk to your cat, non-verbally, still talking in a way where you hear in your mind's voice, but it's not with a spirit. All right, so there's a difference, definite difference between clairaudience and telepathy. Another clair is clairgnosis. This is direct knowing. An example of that is where your friend starts to talk about a project she's doing, and you just know in the cells of your body that it's going to be a success, and maybe even chills, a clairsentient chills accompany that knowing that she's going to be a success in her project. So that's clairgnosis. You know something. And then there's two other clairs that are probably less talked about, but still very important. Clairscent, where you smell something. An example of that is you smell roses when your guide is around you. Clairsavorance, you taste something. An example of that is maybe you're doing a past life regression, you're going to past life, and you taste bread that you were eating in a past life. So all of these clairs are very important. One is not better than the other. A lot of times they will pair off. So for instance, what I usually do is I feel see. So let's say for instance, Michael the Archangel is standing in front of me. I work with Michael a lot. And, let's say I want to sense Michael. So at the active part, I send my energy out to connect to Michael as the focal point. And then I allow the energy to come back. I really relax in the front of my body, try not to get tense here muscularly, and also to open my chakras, and it'll help me to sense Michael. And then all of a sudden I start to feel his wings on my back. That's a very common sense I have of Michael. So I feel wings on his wings on my back. And I feel his wings because I was brought up, and my belief system is that angels have wings. Not everybody believes that. So with psychic ability, it's important to understand that you're going to sense things through your belief systems also. So now, I feel the wings, his wings on my back, and then I start to see in my mind, subjective clairvoyance, I see the columns of light from Michael, that depict his energy imprint to me. And then also I might feel, his love for me in my heart chakra and start to kind of get teary-eyed from that, clair empathy. So all of those clairs come together to confirm that I am connecting to Michael. I hope this has helped you some to understand psychic abilities. I'm going to put my website up on this screen right now, www.wenzchen, DianaMuenzChen.com. I have other YouTube videos also out. You can just search for me under my full name. And I also have a Facebook page. You can look me up under that. All right, so take care now. I'm Diana Muenz Chen.